comunidad. Tú sintonizas ADS.
Good morning, buenos días con todos que estamos aquí en la Voz de la Justicia con nuestros queridos amigos de Seattle. Good morning, everyone. We're one more Wednesday here together with Amigos de Seattle Radio, and always grateful for the space. My name is Paulina Lopez, and I am with the Duwamish River Community Coalition. Mi nombre es Paulina López y estoy aquí con la organización del Duwamish River Community Coalition, la coalición que está a cargo ya por más de 20 años sobre la limpieza del río. Y estamos muy contentos de estar acá con ustedes este día. Y tenemos una invitada muy especial, Adrián Hampton, que es nuestra persona que trabaja con nosotros aquí en nuestra organización haciendo todo lo que tiene que ver con la justicia climática. So I was just introducing yourself, Adrian, letting everyone know how excited today is to be on your company. And if you want to introduce yourself and what do you do in our organization, and also why it's so important to be together today.
Thank you, Paulina. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Adrienne. I use she, her pronouns. And at Drcc, I work a lot around eliminating community susceptibility and exposure to environmental hazards. So, this means the air that we breathe, making sure that this is healthy for everyone, no matter where you live.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you so much, Adrian. Así es que estamos nosotros, pues este día queriendo hablar de un poquito de esos impactos ambientales que tenemos en nuestra comunidad y cómo podemos juntarnos de una manera colaborativa para mejorar estas condiciones, porque pues como sabemos, el cambio climático, la contaminación del aire, y todo esto está impactando muchísimo en nuestras comunidades. Así es que, Adrian, we're so excited to hear more and to learn together, to be here with our community. And let's talk, should we start by telling a little bit about why World Asthma Day? Why do we think it's important to remember this community? Entonces vamos a preguntar un ratito a Adrián, ¿qué es lo que pensamos de por qué es importante recordar que estamos en el festejo de traer la educación sobre el asma, porque es el Día Internacional del Asma?
Exactly, Paulina. So, World Asthma Day is so important because asthma is a health issue in which our lungs are reacting to different things in the air that we breathe. And so there are certain things within our environment that can cause our lungs to be irritated. And this is a serious issue that many families, especially families in the Duwamish Valley, experience. And this is something that we can do something about. So, things that our lungs are irritated by include those big trucks that you see drive past. Those trucks emit dirty emissions called diesel particulates. There are also things in our air, like airplanes, that also pollute our air, in addition to various industrial activities and other things that don't support clean air in our environment. And so, in this way, DRCC, we're working so hard to reduce emissions related to transportation, like cars and trucks, or through new policies, or even inside the home. Um, Tackling those things that irritate our lungs in order to reduce asthma for our families, for generations to come. And a way that we do this is through our clean air program. So, in celebrating World Asthma Day, shedding light on this issue, we are also here to talk about some few easy steps you can take inside your home to alleviate your lungs being irritated by those pollutants that you may or may not come across. And By doing this, we can combat air pollution and also eliminate those health disparities that exist in community.
That's so important that we mention all the things that you said, especially, when we um, live and work and come and have fun in a community that is impacted by air pollution in so many ways. And Adrian, you were referring a little bit into the Clean Air program. So let's discuss a little bit on how long this program has been going, and what is the main goal for the program in our community of the Duwamish Valley.
That's great, Paulina. The main goal of the Duwamish Valley Clean Air Program is to reduce rates of asthma, specifically hospitalization rates related to asthma in the Duwamish Valley for children and families. The Duwamish Valley has some of the highest rates of asthma experienced when compared to the Seattle area. So, again, it is so important that we tackle this issue head on to eliminate what is called a disproportionate impact, because not everyone is experiencing these issues, only a specific geographical area where people live. And no one should have to experience asthma. Paulina, I have asthma myself, and I know that I have to be careful in what I do or how much exercise I take on or the things that I might be sensitive to, like allergies, being in places that might not be well ventilated, certain smells or odors, or things that we can visibly see in our air. And so, in that way, the DRCC's Duwamish Valley Clean Air Program has been going strong for a couple years now. And center to that are community priorities. What does the community want to see? Where are the areas where community wants the air to be cleaner? And through research and community-led actions and policy, we can start to combat these things so we are breathing cleaner air for generations to come. So, are you interested in learning about a quick and easy way to improve air quality inside your home, Paulina?
Definitely. And I that is actually a question that we get a lot from community. Like, how can I improve the air quality of my house or my apartment where I live? And is it safer to be inside or is it safer to be outside? So I think all these things are very important that we discuss today as we are addressing asthma and the relationship that it has with all the air pollution and air pollutants that you just mentioned before. So, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so one thing that you can do to help clean the air inside your home is you can take a big box fan. We know the box fans that you plug in. You can attach what's called an air filter using brackets or duct tape or a bungee cord. And this makes up what they call a do it yourself filter fan kit. And so this is a easy and affordable way to make your own cleaner air at home and using this kind of box fan system. So these filter fans have the ability to filter out the small particles that are common in wildfire or wood smoke. And this is particularly important because, like we are saying, that pollution from the cars and the trucks and the airplanes and other things inside your home can lead to a number of health impacts, like the asthma we've been talking about. So if you're someone who experiences, trouble breathing or asthma attacks, feels like your lungs are irritated, or you might be experiencing other health issues, this is a step that you can take inside your home to help improve your air quality. This is especially important for children, our elders, and people with sensitive immune systems.
And the wonderful thing, Adrian, is that you can see the share screen, right? These
Yes.
filters, um, you can do it at home. Like, and as you said, uh, they one of the priorities for us as an organization is how do we make sure our families have all these materials, and how do we understand it, how to build it together so we can make an improvement in indoors. So I'm very grateful that this Saturday we're going to be providing some of these fans and filters. Do you want to talk a little bit about this Saturday?
Absolutely. So while supplies last, this Saturday, May 7th, DRCC will be hosting a air filter fan kit distribution event featuring some close partners who will also be helping support this effort. And so you can come this Saturday to the Duwamish River Community Hub at the corner of Cloverdale and 14th in the South Park neighborhood and join us to learn more about asthma, to learn more about the air quality in the neighborhood, to receive some tips and tricks on how to improve indoor air quality on your very own. And you can walk home or take home a box fan filter kit along with a duster and a pillowcase, anti-allergy pillowcase, and mattress sheet to help support your own uh, do it yourself, making your cleaner air inside your home. So this event is open to the Duwamish Valley community. And if you have the time from 10 to 12, we would hope to see you there while supplies last. And if you can't make this event, always feel free to reach out to us. Whether that's on social media or by email or on our website to learn more and request a filter kit, perhaps for delivery.
Yes, thank you so much, Adrian. Can you see the flyer as I am projecting it?
Not yet, Paulina,
Oh, not yet. Okay, all right.
but it's
Um,
loading. There it
It's
is.
loading. Okay, there it is. So, solo me quería asegurar que veamos que este sábado vamos a estar nosotros como organización dando información sobre el Día Mundial del Asma, pero también vamos a poder estar distribuyendo estos filtros y los ventiladores que son tan importantes para mejorar el aire interno. Y por favor, si tienes alguien en la familia con asma, acompáñanos este sábado. Vamos a estar de 10 a 12 en el Duwamish River Hub en South Park, y vamos a estar dando, además de los filtros y los ventiladores, vamos a poder estar también contribuyendo con sábanas, los protectores de los colchones, los protectores de las almohadas. Por lo que es importante, eso se acumula de polvo, y el polvo obviamente tiene muchísimos ácaros que traen esos polvitos que molestan tanto para nuestros hijos, para nosotros mismos, y nos hacen peor para las alergias y para el asma. Um, so, Adrian, as we're discussing this Saturday, why the importance of also providing the air, the mattress covers and pillow covers, I think is also, as we were discussing, a way to improve and not to exacerbate the triggers that happen with asthma. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So the overall goal is to essentially reduce all of those little particulates and particles that fly around the air and that eventually we breathe in, reduce the number of those that might irritate your lungs or cause you some kind of trouble of breathing. And so um, by adding a box fan in your home, that fan will suck all the air in that area through the filter, trapping the dust, trapping the pollen, and all the other particles, and clean air will come out the other side. So, just by doing that, you're filtering the air in your home, filtering out those particles. And I know that the pollen is increasing because it's springtime. And so that's why we've added in the dusters that you can take to make sure that those particles and dust that you might be able to wipe off a bookshelf and see on your finger, you can get that out of your home, as well as making sure those pollen particles and things like dust and other irritating things that are suspended in our air don't land on the area where you may lay your head to sleep, or where your child might also be interacting. And so by taking these small steps, it's just reducing those number of things that are going to irritate, and therefore you might feel more comfortable just by having these kind of items, in your home.
Wonderful. Thank you, Adrian, for that great information. And I wanted to refer to something very important too. And now that I am possibly able to share the screen, but um, it's these information that we're giving. Obviously, it's part of a bigger picture AIR program, and there is some actions that were have been identified by our people that we work with, our partners, but also with community. Should we walk through what are the main strategies, those four strategies that collectively we're hoping to make the difference into the air of our community?
Yes. So, while we know focusing on indoor air quality is a significant step towards helping reduce rates of asthma and or those events that might trigger trouble breathing, we can also take big steps in other areas as well. And this again is all related to the Duwamish Valley Clean Air Program, where not just DRCC but many other partners are involved in helping improve the air quality in the Duwamish Valley. So this is a example of the strategies in which we are working collaboratively with community, with the youth who also care so much about this issue, and other partners who have activities going around the Duwamish Valley. And this ranges from strategies to advocate for local infrastructure around electrification, in order to get away from those dirty diesel big trucks where you can see the black smoke, and move towards and transition to something much more cleaner energy that doesn't pollute our air. We can also focus on airport activities. This is a big one. Airports and airplanes emit a lot of gases, a lot of emissions that when in an area like the Duwamish Valley, where there's a lot of airplane activity, we should do something about that. So we can advocate for cleaner air in that regard. And in addition, we can encourage people to bus more, to reduce their how they're driving in cars. As you may notice, there's heavy traffic or congestion, so we can think about ways to limit that traffic and all those emissions. In addition, and this is something that our youth have pointed out to time and time again, there's large industries that could install better infrastructure or be better neighbors so they're not polluting the air. And they're maybe adding monitors, right? So they know what they're polluting in the first place, and then we can go and do something about that. We can also engage in advocacy, legislation, write new policies. So you might have an idea of a way that the air can become cleaner, and let's make that happen. Let's advocate, and let's write that into perhaps a law that is going to lead to healthier families in the future. And this is all just to make sure that we can protect our health, and from things to more trees to more green spaces and cleaner homes. I believe that we can do a lot to reduce asthma rates in the Duwamish Valley.
Ujú. Sí, muchísimas gracias, Adrian. Es importante que hablemos pues de ¿por qué es que tenemos tanta preocupación aquí cuando estamos hablando sobre las fuentes de contaminación del Duwamish, ¿no? Entonces, hemos estado trabajando para hacer un análisis sobre el impacto acumulativo de la salud y vemos que nuestra comunidad de Georgetown y South Park obviamente tienen los índices más altos de asma comparado a cualquier otro barrio que esté en Seattle, en la ciudad de Seattle. Entonces, eso nos informó que pues los peores niveles de partículas de diésel en el por ciento de 94 es muchísimo más alto que justamente en la nación, en los Estados Unidos es 83. Entonces sí tenemos un nivel muy alto. Y ahora un análisis que hemos estado haciendo también con nuestra comunidad es que qué vamos a hacer los cambios que necesitamos ver. Y pues entre ellos vimos, ok, ¿cuál va a ser la meta? La meta es que bajemos esos índices de asma que tenemos en nuestra comunidad. Y entonces al momento que sabemos cuál es la meta, ¿cómo vamos a llegar allá? Entonces en la estrategia es lo que pensamos en que, ok, pues vamos a reducir esas emisiones del Duwamish Valley a través del transporte. También podemos hacer una reducción de todo lo que están enviando esas industrias, vemos esos humos, no tienen mucha regulación. Entonces, ¿cómo vamos a trabajar para crear mejores leyes para hacer eso? ¿Cómo vamos a mejorar la calidad del aire dentro de nuestras casas y también afuera, como para poner más estaciones de monitoreo para que podamos comprobar el gobierno y decir necesitamos que mejores las leyes y así cuidarnos un poco más? Al igual que y estos nuestros jóvenes han estado pues trabajando mucho en mejorar la calidad del aire a través de traer lo más verde que se pueda, entonces traer más parques, poner más árboles, hacer todo esto lo que es importante para que nuestra salud pueda mejorar, más importante de nuestros niños que vienen en el futuro y que tiene que ver muchísimo con el cambio climático y eso solamente pues va a empeorarse con los días, así es que por eso tenemos que tener conciencia nosotros mismos de que tal vez qué es lo que podemos nosotros como personas mejorar para poder mejorar el ambiente, ¿no? So, Adrian, as we are moving into, I just described the strategies to our community, but maybe there's something that we can also talk about are what are some tangible things that community can do, like let's think about like, okay, I'm not in the government, I'm a mom, I'm at home, what are those tangible things that I can do in my family that I could also contribute to the betterment of the air quality in my community?
Oh, that's such a beautiful question, Paulina. Thank you. I would say, well, if you can make the event on May 7th, Squamish Valley Community, you are more than welcome to be there and join us to learn, to give us feedback and input on how you would improve air quality around you. And we would love to see you there 10 to 12, remember, at the Dormish Community River Hut to pick up a fan and some other goodies. In addition, I would encourage families to continue to learn more and share this education with your neighbors, the people you work with, and continue to talk about it because not everyone may know that they have asthma or have been diagnosed with asthma and potentially receiving care that could just make their everyday life a little bit easier. And you can also, in this way, go visit your local clinic or local doctor like CMAR, and talk to somebody there if you feel like you want to take that extra step. In talking about these kind of things. So you can, just to recap, visit our event, continue to share this education and talk with your friends and family. Even go to a local clinic like CMAR to talk about asthma and talk about it with a health professional. In addition, you are always welcome to be involved with DRCC. Our clean air program meetings happen about 4 times a year, and there are so many ways to get involved and be a part of the conversation in between those times as well. So we always look forward to hearing from community.
Sí, qué bonito. Mira, todos podemos hacer una contribución como personas. No necesitamos tener ni títulos, ni tener un trabajo que sea relacionado con la justicia ambiental, porque todos podemos hacer un cambio. Y más importante, que podamos cuidar de nuestras familias, llevando a nuestros niños a sus citas, si tenemos esas dudas de que tal vez de que tendrán asma, tendrán problemas respiratorios y podemos hacer visitar una clínica comunitaria, asegurarnos de que tenemos lo que necesitamos, si es más información sobre cómo tratar el asma, si es más información de cómo mejorar el aire interno, pues estamos aquí disponibles como organización, como el Duwamish River Community Coalition, y pues siempre damos la invitación a nuestra comunidad, que son los expertos en lo que pasa en el día a día, ¿verdad? Entonces todos podemos hacer un granito, contribuir un granito de arena y ser parte de estos cambios. Um, Adrian, and I was just thinking, as we're thinking, as we're discussing, can anybody make a difference? And then immediately I also thought our youth corps and the MOS study. And I think that was a very inspirational process to see that anybody can contribute in the science. And so maybe should we talk a little bit about that and how did it work?
Absolutely. So, as we all know, our young people, our youth are absolutely amazing and inspirational. And so, for the past couple of years, the Duwamish Valley Youth Corps has been leading on what is called a participatory science project using moss. So you might be thinking moss, like that stuff that grows on trees. Yes, the green stuff that is kind of fuzzy and appears on in the natural environment. And moss is really cool because it itself acts like an air monitor. It takes in the air and it has the ability to absorb things that float in the air. So, like those particulates, the things that the box fans might filter through your air, the moss has the ability to take that in. And so, the amazing youth, working alongside a couple other partners, researchers, and data experts, were able to collect moss in the Duwamish Valley in various areas and analyze it, take it to a lab, look at it under a microscope, and find out what kind of metals actually exist in the air. And the youth did this because the Duwamish Valley does not have all of the air monitors or resources available to monitor what metals are actually floating in the air. And so you might be thinking, wow, why don't we have those kind of air monitors? And that is something that we are also advocating for, and a way that the youth has become a part of this effort. And so in this way, the youth found a high amount of metals like arsenic, lead, chromium, what is called hot spots, areas where there's a lot of those metals in one place, in various areas of the Duwamish Valley. And because of this study, Puget Sound Clean Air Agency will now be leading their own air toxics monitoring study that will then be linked to various health outcomes, such as like things like cancer. And so this was a really amazing way that the youth were able to propel regulatory action to do something about this issue.
Y eso fue lo más importante que es lo que tuvimos. Muchísimas gracias, Adrian, pero es solamente para ver los cambios que pueden darse cuando estamos hablando de los jóvenes también, que fue el cuerpo juvenil quienes descubrieron que a través del musgo puede utilizarse como un bioindicador de la contaminación del aire. Entonces, eso es muy importante que pudimos hacer este estudio con los jóvenes y miraron que en efecto mirando el musgo de los árboles y los árboles ya no, los jóvenes ya no los ven de la manera que los vieron antes. ¿Por qué? Porque ahora saben que a través de eso no solamente podemos respirar mejor a través de un arbolito, pero ahora también podemos raspar por ese musgo que nos puede decir y descifrar qué son los metales que están ahí y que pudieron descubrir de tan buena manera a través de nuestro programa de ellos. Y ahí vieron que existe muchísimo de los metales que estábamos como el arsénico, el cromo, el colbato, el plomo que estaba ahí inmiscuido en nuestros pulmones a través de los que te estamos respirando todos los días. Y fue pues algo que queríamos decir también, la importancia de que incluyamos a nuestros hijos en todo lo que hacemos a través de la ciencia. Entonces, estos fueron más o menos lo que aprendimos, que de las 80 muestras de musgo de los árboles que cubrían South Park y Georgetown en el 2019, se recolectaron 20 adicionales muestras que indicaron que ese musgo en realidad tenían arsénico y el cromo. Entonces, las concentraciones fueron más altas en South Park y Georgetown y alrededor del río. ¿Por qué? Porque pues ahí es que nuestros jóvenes dijeron, es porque estamos obviamente viviendo al lado de las industrias. Así es que por eso vamos a seguir haciendo estos estudios y inclusive trayendo a nuestras personas colaboradoras a que sigan contribuyendo a estos cambios. So thank you so much, Adrian. That was great to also mention the importance of our youth and community science and that everybody can make a difference and contribute for the betterment of the health of our community. Is there something else that you want to share with us?
Just a couple more things. There is our contact information. You can reach out to me directly to talk about how you feel about the air and steps you would take to improve it. And remember to stop by May 7th. While supplies last, we will be distributing box fan filters for your home.
Yes, entonces vamos a estar muy contentos de ver a nuestras familias ahí agarrando información. Y Luis, si está por ahí, pues aparezca que usted am, ha
Ha
sido
sido
una
una
gran
gran
persona que ha
persona que
estado
ha estado
haciendo el
haciendo el
trabajo
trabajo
sobre
sobre
asma. Si
asma.
quiere
Si quiere
compartir
compartir
algo.
algo.
Claro que sí, Paulina. Buenos días, Arián. Buenos días, Paulina. Buenos días, audiencia. Es para mí, pues, un honor compartir con ustedes que he tenido casi más de 3 años de trabajar con el DRCC. Y esto, pues, es un honor para mí estar cerca de la comunidad y conocer de cerca la problemática y ver cómo nuestras familias están sufriendo de asma. De cada 10 familias, podríamos decir que hay 7 que tienen asma en South Park. Y bueno, y espero que este sábado estén ahí presentes para que podamos ayudar a nuestra comunidad, dándoles algunos supplies para sus camas o para proteger el aire y tener un aire purificado en casa. Recordemos que el aire contaminado está dentro de nuestras casas cuando no tenemos circulación de aire. Gracias, Paulina, por la intervención y gracias, Arien.
Muchísimas
Muchísimas
gracias,
gracias,
Luis.
Luis.
Y me estoy
Me estoy
escuchando como
escuchando
un
como
eco,
un
no sé
eco, no sé
si.
si.
Ok,
Ok,
ahí está.
a eso.
Bueno,
Bueno,
y
y
entonces
entonces
todavía está el
todavía está
eco.
el eco.
Ok. Bueno, I think we're just gonna be wrapping it up. Thank everyone for being here. Obviously, to pleasure to have Adrian as a guest speaker, and featuring, of course, World Asthma Day and what are the specific actions that we're doing as an organization. Um, also reminding everyone for this Saturday, hoping to get our community, our children, to come and get some great information that we will have there, as well as the supplies, as the supplies last, as Adrian said. And more importantly, just be with us in the journey and be involved, and know that we are here as an organization to work alongside with you, because we acknowledge that the only expertise comes from people that are living in the experience of it. So we are counting on your voice. We are counting on you, community, that together we're going to be able to ask for better legislation, to ask for more parks, to ask for more monitors, to breathe with together, breathing better air only if by working together. Entonces, quería solamente despedirme, decirles que ha sido un gusto estar esta mañana juntos y que esperamos este sábado para que todos podamos tener una oportunidad de aprender juntos, de contar con su voz, que siempre estamos dispuestos a venir a hablar con la comunidad, porque solo juntos vamos a poder lograr los cambios. Y cuenten con nosotros, ahí está el email de Adrian, que es adrian@ arroba drcc.org. Está también ahí en la pantalla. And Adrian, any last words or words of wisdom?
Just to thank you to our beautiful community, and we hope to see you on Saturday, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future. Take care and have a beautiful week.
Muchísimas gracias a todos y que tengan un buen día. Y pues ahí esperamos sus preguntas y comentarios. Bye bye.